one of the problems that I had in the beginning of starting my business was communication. Communication with not only myself, but to my clients and my customers. At first, I was like very, very nervous to like speak on the phone because I have a stutter. But the more and more I got the more and more used to it, that I got like speaking like the language of like fitness, language of customer service based questions, right?
Yeah.
The easier it got, you know, like at first, like maybe like on the first 5 to like 10 calls, I didn't do so well. But after that, I learned how to speak in certain ways to talk to the customer, to talk to the client, to close the lead. And the more and more I speak on the phone with like different suppliers to like close them for my store, the more and more I speak on the phone with like different customers pertaining to their order, the easier it gets for me. And I feel like I've come such a long way from when I started. Being consistent in your store and being consistent in your business comes to strategy. And Alex Hormozi put it in a very, very simple way. Strategy is not like these like, you know, building blocks and like these like really intricate patterns. It's what do you need to prioritize first, you know? So when he said that, my mind like flipped, or like there was like a light that like just lit up, you know? I was like, oh, like strategy is all about prioritizing what needs to be done first and then moving on from there. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think planning and strategizing is essential, right? Everybody has dreams, everybody has goals, but not many people have plans, right? Like getting successful, making a lot of money, doing great business, you think that comes from accident, right? Like at one point, even if you work very hard, that doesn't even necessarily mean you're going to get to where you want to be, because a ton of people work hard in the food industry, in the service industries. Everybody works hard. It's more about also like the vehicle, the business model that you work hard in. That's also going to dictate it. And then how do you find the right business model? You need to have the right strategies, the right plans, you know, teams, infrastructure. So yeah, strategy is very important. I would say like I spent this whole weekend, this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, just brainstorming, just thinking how we're going to plan out these next few months, right? Because, you know, before this podcast started, we're upstairs, we're game planning. And I spent like the last 36 hours just thinking.
And like writing down your like priorities.
Yeah, like, you know, there's this famous saying from Abraham Lincoln where he goes like, if you're going to give me 6 hours to use an axe to chop the tree, I'm going to spend the first 5 just sharpening my axe. And that metaphor really just means like preparation is everything, planning is everything. So yeah, I'm a huge believer of strategizing. I'm a huge believer of planning. And if you don't have a plan, or, you know, find a plan, prioritize like what Hormozi said, and go from there.
So I have a question before we like wrap it up, right? Like to the audience watching our podcast right now, looking to like start a business or stay consistent, what actual strategy do you think works with as far as like drop shipping and like e-commerce?
Here's a catch. I think everything works. Low ticket drop shipping, high ticket drop shipping, social media marketing, AI automation, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, they all work. It's not even like the technicals. The reason why it's so hard, or why people might not see success in these realms, is because it works for everybody. So therefore, you're competing with the whole world.
You're competing against sharks.
You're competing against sharks, bro, if you're trying to be the 1%. But yeah, it all works. Then it comes down to, you know, which business model or which vehicle do you want to go into? When you first start off having like no money, no experience, no anything, then I would say dropshipping is a great way to learn a lot of the fundamentals. Certainly, even right now, like I think a lot of the fundamentals of, you know, target audience offer, landing page, customer service, infrastructure, supplier negotiation, vendor relationship, all that stuff we learn from dropshipping, right? And then from there, it's cool because we're applying it now to a new vehicle, which is like PeakFlow, where we're building out our offers ourselves instead of finding a supplier to get the offer. We're building out our own offer. We're creating our audience, or targeting or finding our own audience using, you know, the PeakFlow Academy as like our landing page, putting everything that we learned from dropshipping and translating it to a new vehicle. Now, certainly it's not easy. That transition is not going to be easy. But how would we have done this if we didn't have experience, you know, in the building blocks first? So I think that for any beginner, dropshipping is a great route. Now, when you go into dropshipping, that's only what I'm going to speak about, because that's where I went to. There's 2 niches inside dropshipping. There's 2 different business models. There's low ticket and there's high ticket. Both of them work. Both of them have their pros and cons. And a big thing that I want everybody to know when they go into business is like, yo, you're signing up for like a lot of customers, like customer support. You're signing up for a lot of problems that come about, right? That's what business is like.
Business is not just about the money. It's about actually running like a real model, running like a real business.
Yeah, like, do you think like if you were to make $100K in a month, like you're gonna have no customers, no emails, no anything to follow? No, you're signing up for that, right? If you want to make that money, if you want to make that profit, you want to do all of that, there are certain sacrifices you're gonna have to sacrifice. So in the beginning, I think any aspiring entrepreneur should have a quest for knowledge, a quest for wisdom, experience. Once you learn it, and again, this is like a learning curve. It takes, some time. Once you learn it, you go and you have more eyesight, or you're more keen to spotting opportunities. Like right now with AI coming in, AI is a new hype right now, right? We have this product that AI uses, and we're able to like apply all of the fundamentals we learned from dropshipping into like other avenues. It's all about just like learning how to build and then finding a new vehicle of opportunity to build.